Today we're looking at the Grand, up, just show you, do it away from here, husk knife. You might recognize the husk knife. So what we can do is we open it up. It's currently being Kickstarter campaigned. Oh, let's see which side. Ooh. The Grand Knife, an outdoor knife. The Minibarbar. It's called the Minibarbar. It is made from CR1 7MOV steel. Comes with that nice little sheath, which is cool. Really nice stuff here. And yeah, so you're not going to cut yourself on it. I'll put all the actual description of like the weight. It feels very heavy. Well, not very heavy, but it feels quite heavy. Let's have a quick look at the blade itself. So yeah, that's very got a nice edge to it. Don't want to cut myself. It's got a little thing there which you can use a bottle opener hook as well to hold it up to store it, and nice ergonomic grip, as you can see here. Point of this knife is that it's for outdoor work mainly. Obviously you can use it in the kitchen, that's where I'm going to be using it. Let me just put that down there, and if you want to compare it due dimensions to the husk knife, you can just see there, try and get that in shot, it's a bit, same sort of 6 inches in length, but it's a lot wider, by at least a third wider than the husk. But this is not a husk comparison video. It says, right, you've got to pay attention to what it says on the booklet. Please do not use it to chop hard bones and tough frozen meat. That will ruin the edge quicker, or maybe damage even more. Also stay, you need to use a honing steel every 2 to 3 months of use to maintain the sharpness. So that's good advice. Do not touch the cutting edge with your hand, obviously, but I'm going to demonstrate to see how sharp it is on my wrist. No, I've got no hairs, to see if it will cut any of the hairs off on my wrist. A bit dangerous to do so, but if you do it very carefully, you should be able to see there. Let me just see if that's coming off. I think it is, yes. Not sure you'll be able to see that, I'll forget that. That's not from the knife, of course. Yeah. Am I seeing little bits of hair? Yeah, sure, on my fingers. You probably can't see that in the video, but there's tiny bits of hair on my finger after wiping the edge of the blade. So it was cutting my hair on my arm very well. I don't think this husk knife can do that now, after being used for so long. So, they offer a return and replacement service, which is good. 120-day money back guarantee. And it only costs, I think it's like $59, which is amazing. And a lot of people on the Kickstarter, I think you can get it for cheaper than that, about 30 odd quid. With free shipping worldwide. I think a lot of people on the Kickstarter mentioned that how are they getting it so cheap? Especially if it's using this sort of budget steel, but still quite cheap for that budget steel. But the main thing is, it does look and feel like a premium product. So if I go out and get some veggies, I'm going to chop them up in front of you, maybe a bit of meat, and we can see how it performs. Anyway, so we've got some ingredients here to just to demonstrate its chopping ability. We'll start with something simple. I'm not sure you can see that. Okay, I think you can. It slices through that with ease. Remembering to use the correct motion. You get like fine slices, and it will do that with ease as well. As you can see, very thin slices. So it's a big blade, which is useful when you want to flip burgers over as well. This edge is not sharp at all. Neither is this. So, or the back. And you've got that grip there as well. So you can just slice through cucumber very easily. So we'll do the meat last to avoid any cross-contamination. So a cucumber is very easy, and it got through that with no issue at all. Just move that out of the way. So let's try some tomato now. That's kind of a bit more difficult. So tomato, yeah, get that hard bit off the end, and then see how well it can do thin slices of tomato. And as you can see there, I'm not sure you can see it, you can, yes. Beautifully thin slice, look at that. Extremely wonderful. Moving on, onion and pepper, peeling a potato and crushing a garlic. So pepper's it's pretty easy. You just slice through that, keep it open. We'll save that bit for later, and then slice through that effortlessly. I have to add. And no, I'm not going to cut my fingers off. My technique might not be as professional as some other people on YouTube, but I've never cut my fingers off before, or even cut myself. And then just thin slice here. Beautiful. Wonderful. Amazing. Cool. Right. The way you do it. Oops, bit on the camera. Right. Okay. Cut that off. Right, and just do so I'm sitting down to do this. It's not. So if you want thin onion slices, then you can do that very easily. Wonderful. It's not normally how I cut an onion. If you're in the great outdoors and you want to put something on the stove, on the fire, then you haven't got sort of the surfaces where you can sit there doing all of that. So that's nice. So this will make a nice omelette later. Potato peeling, let's just cut that in half. Now you don't want to smash too hard down on the chopping board, because that's going to dull your blade pretty quick. You know, I know it kind of feels like you've got to add a bit of force. When it's chopping hard meat, then there's no point doing that. So try and be a bit more gentle with it, and the blade will last longer. Right, so it's having no issue peeling potato. I'm not wasting half the potato. It's cutting quite close to the edge. And let's just see that. I'm not going to chop my finger off, don't worry. I know people who look at the video go, oh my gosh, he almost chopped his finger. Well, I'm quite in control of this, don't worry. It's quite easy to control. Alright, that's one peeled potato for some nice chips. So we're back again, but this time some meat. So what I find is really hard to cut. Really hard to cut if a knife is not sharp enough. It's a bit of the old streaky bacon. This is I just cleaned the board, so you want the blade to be able to cut through it. And look at that, beautifully cut through in one fell swoop. Look at that. You do it like that even, and you're getting nice bits. It's not stretching the bacon is not being stretched. All these bits now can go in a stew, and they've maintained their form, which is great. A blunt blade won't be able to do that. In fact, I'll demonstrate what happens if you use a blunt blade to try and do exactly just that. Well, blunt it, so I'll try the same thing. See that? Look, it didn't go through it. Oops, it didn't go through. One swoop. Look, it's not cutting through it. It's still solid. Let me show you on another piece. Let's not waste this, gosh. Well, I'll try again here. It's not even cutting it open, look. You can't do it. It refuses to cooperate. Whereas if we do it with this one now, let's find a bigger piece so you can see. And just do this. And look at that. Well, I missed a bit at the end, that was my fault. But look at that. Two nice pieces. Right, bacon. Cool, and the gang with this. Right, that can go in a nice stew later. Now we've got a bit of lamb here as well. And this is a bit more tougher meat. Got a bit of bone in there, so you might want to cut the bone off. So that's going to be, or you might want to cut the fat off. But look, I just want to chop it up. It's a lot tougher than the bacon. Yeah, I've got a bit of bone there. They did say do not sit there cutting through bone. Just going to cut the meat off. See that? Rather effortlessly. To hasten to add. Cut around it. Yeah, it's very versatile, the shape of it. Enables you to get in there, cut the meat off. So there's no wastage at all. That's fact there. And this is just like your regular lamb chop from the supermarket. And then all this here is gristle and bone, which you don't really want in your stew, all this bit here. So, pretty cool stuff. That's bone as well. So that's your wastage. Put that back over there. You could bits of meat which you can then dice a bit finer for the diner. And yeah, wonderful. I mean, you don't get much meat on a single lamb chop, but if you had a whole pack of 5, then that'd be great to put that in. Okay, so what's my verdict? This is a great knife. I like the shape of it. It feels good in the hand. Price is good. How it holds up over time, I think only time will tell, but yeah, it's a Minibarbar, and I'll put all the links in the description where you can go to Kickstarter right now and order that. They plan to ship in June this year actually, so only in a few months, which is cool. Yeah, great stuff. Okay, I'm Rob Cram. Thanks for watching. So this is all the ingredients put together. I'm making an Italian dish with spirali, and also all I've added to that is the ingredients that you saw me preparing earlier, with added ingredients of pepper, bit of salt, pinch of sugar, and some sun-dried tomato, and red wine tomato sauce. That's looking pretty cool so far, and then I'm going to mix them all together when the spirali is cooked. So here's the finished product. I don't want to fog up the camera. Let's just go through the ingredients again. Bit of garlic, bit of onion, red pepper, 1 lamb chop, streaky bacon, pancetta bacon, not normal streaky. What else did I put in there? Oh, a bit of potato as well, thinly sliced. 1 whole tomato, and half a packet of spirali, and sun-dried tomato and red wine puree, not tomato sauce. And I'm going to top that off with a bit of cheese to serve. And there's the finished product, ready for eating, topped with a bit of mozzarella cheese. I don't think there's anything more you could add to it. I mean, you could probably not add any more salt because the smoked bacon gives it that very sort of earthy, smoky flavour, outdoorsy type flavour. But yeah, really nice. And I say that what I've made will serve about 6 people, 6 hungry people. So yeah, okay. Thanks for watching.